Page 41, Mem Aleph Chelek Bet Sha'ar Dalet. Haga'ava hi shoresh leharbe averot. Pride, ego is the source of many averot. Im ben adam lemakom v'im ben adam lechavero. It's between a man and his friend, and between Hashem and a human being. Ki gorem lehazik lechavero. It causes a person to do damage to his friend. Lisno oto, to hate him. Ego causes hatred. Ledaber lashon hara, to speak lashon hara. Ke'el rabot. Im beino lemakom, and what is between you and Hashem? Veram levavcha, your soul will be high, your heart will be haughty. V'shachachta et Hashem elokecha, Sharei Revi'i, you will forget Hashem. V'amru raboteinu zal, kol sheyesh bo gasut haruach, whoever has in him gasut haruach, nikra to'eva. Gasut haruach, whoever has an egotistical soul, is called a to'eva. You know what we call to'eva in the Torah? Shalom, min with mehen. It's called to'eva. To'eva is avodah zarah. It's called a to'eva. And a person who has an ego is called a to'eva. Shneimar to'avat Hashem kol gavalev mishlei. To'eva of Hashem, the disgust of Hashem, anyone with a haughty heart. Va'amru b'shamta man de'itbe. One should be in excommunication. One who is haughty. V'ra'ui legodeo ka'ashera. It is worthy to uproot him like you uproot an avodah zarah tree. Ve'ein afero nin'ar. He does not get up in tchiyat hametim. U'shchina miyalelet alav. And the Shechina, God's divine presence, is screaming over him. V'shakul ke'oved avodah zarah v'kekofer be'ikar. He is considered an oved avodah zarah and a person who is an atheist. Ki'ilu ba'al kol ha'arayot. It's like he went on all the arayot in the Torah, all the promiscuous things. Or ki'ilu bana bama, like he made a mizbeach outside the Beit HaMikdash. Ve'afilu sheyakne la'akadosh baruch hu. Shamayim va'aretz k'Avraham Avinu lo yinakeh medina shel gehenom. Even if you're gonna buy for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, make Hashem king on heaven and earth, you will not be clean from the din of Gehenom. Ve'sofo mitma'ed, at the end he will be small. Ve'ne'esaf min ha'olam shelo bizmano, and he will die early. Ve'afilu Yerovam ben Nevat, even Yerovam ben Nevat, the king of Israel, shekol chachamei doro ayu lefanav ki yizbei hasadeh. All the chachamim of his door were next to him, like the grass in the field. Lo haya betorato dofi. His Torah was pure. His Torah did not have any mistakes. V'haya shoneh kan panim b'Torah. He used to learn 150 faces in the Torah, where the Gemara says only 70 faces. But he knew 150 faces of the Torah. Lo ne'enash, he did not get punished. V'nitmad min ha'olam hazeh, and loses olam haba. Shelo mipnei ela mipnei gasut haruach, only because of his ga'ava. U'ki'ilu dochek raglei ha'shechina, he is throwing away the Shechina. U'mistaleket min ha'olam, and he causes Hashem to leave the world. Ve'omeret, and Hashem says, En ani ve'hu yecholim ladur yachad be'olam. I cannot live with him together in this world. There's no space for the both of us. And I'm willing to go. Umored b'malchut shamayim, he is rebelling against God. Mit'atef betalito shel melech melchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu, shene'emar bo Adonai malach kiut lavish. He wears Hashem's talit. Like it says, Hashem wears ga'ava. Ubamei yitgae ha'adam. What is his whole ga'ava? V'havayatov mitipas rucha, you come from a smelly drop. V'yetzirato bedam nida, the egg that a woman releases is in the uterine, is uterine blood, which was originally nida blood. What are you already? Nida blood and a smelly drop. Ubechayav tinuf, and in your life, how much do you release excrement? How much do you? What are you? What is already? It's humbling you. V'sirachon, how much smelly odors come from your body? V'achar moto, and after one's death, rima v'toleah, he is the food of worms. He's a food of worms and dust. V'acharit gufo, and his body turns into a gush afar. V'nafsho yoredet legehinom, and your soul goes down, not up to gehinom. Amnam ha'anava v'ashiflut, the humbleness, and shiflut is the opposite of haughtiness. Shiflut is kalacham, we say in Bukhari. Ein midah gedolah heimno, there is nothing greater than it. The Rambam in his book, the Rambam writes, all midot in the Torah, you have to take the middle ground. Even in anger, you gotta have the middle ground. There's only one thing you have to be extreme away from it, and one thing you have to be extreme towards it. Ga'ava and anava. Ga'ava and shiflut.
Kaas also? You have to, no?
Ga'ava also, sometimes you have to have kaas, yeah. When you're raising your children, sometimes you need to show a little kas. You can't always be goody two shoes. מה? You don't understand what that means. מה זה שמינית של שמינית already? It's nothing. כי משה רבינו עליו השלום רבן של כל הנביאים בתורה ובמצוות ויראת חטא לא נשתבח אלא בענווה. משה רבינו, the greatest prophet, and he has the Yirat Shamayim and Yirat Chet, he only was nishtabeach, only the Torah gave him one compliment ever, when it says he was the most humble man. Va'ish Moshe anav me'od, Moses was the most humble. And look at the word humble, anav, ayin is how much? 70. Nun is how much? 50. 70 plus 50 is how much? 120. 126 plus 5, anava. 131. Let's take the name Samech Mem. Samech is how much? 60. Mem is how much? 100. Lamed Aleph is 31. 131. If you have anava, you destroy the Samech Mem.
What does Satan equals to?
That's Satan. I said Samech Mem.
Well, the same thing, no?
Yeah, same thing with different names.
Different
Why is it different name?
Satan is what's inside of you. Samech Mem is the big boss.
Different social security.
There's the big boss.
Different departments.
Different social security number.
Different region.
Yeah. Different citizenship. Sev ulemad min HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Go learn from Hashem. Go learn from Hashem, your God. Sheheniach shmei marom. He left the heavenly abode. Lishkon etzel hashefalim. To came to live next to you, next to your mezuzah. In your house, he comes to live. Shneimar marom ve'kadosh eshkon ve'daka u'shfal ruach. Hashem says, you know where I live? Hashem says, with those small guys. I live with the humble ones. I live with them. Yeah, but with them. What is this? Ve'daka u'shfal ruach. With them. Who says this? Isaiah says this. Look at the beauty of the words of Isaiah. Uchtiv karov Hashem. God is close. Lenish berelev. To the broken heart. God is close to the people with a broken heart. Not a depressed heart. A broken heart. Uchtiv niyagur ba'alecha nize be'enav nim'as. Who lives in Hashem's ohel, in his tent, whoever he's low in his own eyes, low in the sense that he knows that his worth, he's not, you're a tipas rocha, you're a tipas rocha, you're not a macher.
So what Joe said in the third to fifth, he was talking about the day, the night that he was on board. Is that part of that?
Job?
Yeah.
Job was saying it for a different reason.
Oh.
By Job saying that he was actually doing the opposite of this.
So
He was cursing his day. He was trying to say that I don't deserve this.
But he's cursing himself though.
He's cursing himself in a way that he believes that he doesn't deserve it. It was the opposite of humbleness.
Right. So
It was haughtiness.
hardness.
You understand?
Gavada
Ga'ava, was what he said there. ואף על פי שהיראה כתיב בה הן יראת השם היא חוכמה. We're quoting Job now. The יראת השם is חוכמה. וכתיב יראת השם היא אוצרו. יראת השם is the אוצר. אמרו רבותינו ז"ל, the יראת השם is only עקב of the ענווה. שנאמר עקב ענווה יראת השם. Person who has יראת שמיים, he has only reached the heel of a person who's humble. Being humble is a big thing. Humble is a very big thing.
Level.
No, it's almost impossible to reach humbleness.
Yeah, but to what level?
For this, you have to learn what's the level of humbleness. No, let's not jump to Moshe Rabbeinu earlier.
Anava is greater than Yirat Shamayim.
Anava, Yirat Shamayim is the heel of Anava.
If you
Ekev
humble,
Anava.
you already have Yirat Shamayim.
Ekev Anava, Yirat Hashem. Umi sheda'ato shfela alav, kilu yekiv kol korbanot. Whoever is the opposite of haughty, it's as if he brought all the korbanot. Shene'emar zivchei Elohim. What is God's korban in our times? Ruach nishbera, a broken heart. Velo od ela she'en tfilato nemeset. His prayers never come back unanswered. They're never disgusted. They're always desired. If you have a broken heart.
For the wrong reasons, maybe.
You gotta learn how to have a broken heart. It's tough. It's a tough thing. I can't answer that.
I don't know what's a broken heart.
I don't know.
The question is not a broken
It's definitely not what the goyim think. I have a broken heart. She dumped me. I have a broken heart. That's not a broken heart.
Whenever people do construction, halfway.
What's the difference between broken heart and depression?
Yeah.
It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
I want to know what
One
broken
is
heart
giving up. Depression is the person who gives up.
Yeah.
But a broken heart works forward.
You know what a broken heart is?
Yeah, please tell me.
I don't know if you guys will understand me, but I will try to tell you what a broken heart is.
Do tell.
A broken heart like it says by the Mishnah, if you have a vessel made of earth, and it becomes tameh, how do you cleanse it? How do you bring it back to its cleansing state? You can't put it in a mikveh. It doesn't work. Mikveh doesn't work for earthenware.
The red
Nothing you
heifer.
can do.
You can't do anything
You gotta
except
break
for one thing.
Break
Break it.
Wait,
You have to break it.
And make it new again.
So what's the point to break it? I broke it.
The lowest.
The Mishnah says shviratan hi taharatan.
Mm-hmm.
The breaking is the purification.
Same thing with tzara.
Sometimes, like it says by the Zohar Kadosh, when Yaakov was marrying Rachel, the Zohar says a beautiful Zohar. He says Hashem wanted him to marry Leah. Leah was also his bat zug. Hashem wanted him to marry Leah because Leah,
Cried.
she had a broken heart.
Yeah, Akko.
She had a broken heart. Rachel, when she envisioned Am Yisrael, I heard this from Rabbi Shmueli, she envisioned Am Yisrael as a utopia. You know what a utopia? There's no Kohen, there's no Levi, there's no Yisrael. You want to be a Kohen today?
You got it.
You're Tahor?
Social
You want to be
communism.
Kohen Gadol? Yalla. Everybody could be everyone.
Social communism.
Social communism. Who said communism is a bad thing? It really has.
Yes,
It has a good point.
perks.
The only problem is the people in charge were
Corrupt.
corrupt. But Leah didn't see that. Leah said the key to unification is segregation.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key to you. You can't have a unified. You can't have everybody the same. There's no such a kind of thing. There has to be a hierarchy.
So wait, let me ask you a question.
But wait, let me finish answering the question. So when Leah saw Am Yisrael, she didn't see one unified people. She did see them, but unified in their tribes. There is a Kohen, he has a certain job. He's a Levi, you got a certain job. You have Israel, even Yisrael. There is Yehuda, the kings. Yisachar, the Sanhedrin. Zevulun, the people who are making the money. Dan, the Ma'asef lekol ha'machanot. Everyone is happy when they realize their own talents. But if everyone's the same, nobody's different, then you cannot be yourself. There's no individuality. That's what Leah saw Am Yisrael. That's called a shvira, like we learned in Kabbalah. To make olam ha'atzilut, first there had to be a shvirat ha'kelim. There has to be the breaking of the vessel. The breaking of the vessel is good. By breaking the vessels, Hashem separated the Satan from the good. When you break yourself, that's the secret. Breaking yourself means to purify yourself. I am breaking
So
myself.
that's a change, basically.
Exactly. It's a change to go from one step to another. When I'm depressed, I'm not trying to change. I want to be in my stage. I want to sick. I want to stay, and I want to sulk, and I want to, like Eov did, I want to curse the day I was born. That's called depression. Breaking yourself is to build yourself. Shviratan zohi taharatan. But depression is to break yourself and stay down there.
You're stagnant.
Yeah, you stay in. You understand?
Yeah, you like the norm.
And
You-
Am
Eov was
Yisrael,
depressed?
huh?
Eov was depressed?
No, you're not depressed.
So Eov was depressed?
Eov was depressed. Who wouldn't be? All of his sons died, lost all of his money, had full of boils, and his wife told him to kill himself.
Didn't he say Hashem Natan, Hashem Lakach, Hashem
In the
Hashem
beginning,
In the
he
beginning,
said.
when it first
In
came
the
in.
beginning, he
He
said.
got down?
And then
When
after
Hashem touched his
Eli,
body, that's
when Hashem died, Eliphaz spoke to him, and Bildad, and Omar, and suddenly at the end he broke.
That's when I said I'm not Oyev, I'm confused my name.
But he
Yeah.
died understanding it's all from God.
Then at the end, Hashem spoke to him himself.
And it was good.
Yeah, but it doesn't say what Hashem told him. It just says Hashem showed him, and the Ramban says it's a secret of secrets, and only Balei Kabbalah know. He writes in his book, what was the book I showed, Sharei, and they write over there, the Ramban quotes Gilgul. He showed him his Gilgul, which he was Terach. I already explained it many times. I don't want to get into it. For one Avon Nida,
It's a very high price to pay.
so think about
Very
why
heavy
should
price.
we complain in our life?
Oh, man.
Should we complain? And the fact that you don't see your Gilgul, you should be happy, because if you did, then you will really have to pay it. So you might as well do Teshuvah now and accept your Yisurim, accept it with a smile, with a broken heart, so then you won't have to go through all the tribulations later on. Okay? So did I explain, I think, a little bit what's a broken heart and what's depression? ואין תפילתו של אדם נשמעת אלא אם כן משים עצמו כבשר. No man's prayer can be heard unless he makes unless he makes himself like meat. What's meat? Meat can be cut, can be hid, can be this, can be that. Like as in the prophet, in the future, everyone will go every Rosh Chodesh to bow down to Hashem in the Beit HaMikdash. It calls every human being a basar, a meat. Whoever is humble causes Shekhinah, the God's divine presence, to rest. So if you have a shul with humble people, there's a Shekhinah over there, yes.
So getting back to Leah and Rachel, right? So then when the Moshiach comes, 1,000 years, right? What is that? You know, is that Leah's or that's Rachel?
Those 1,000 years?
Yeah.
It's a very good question. It says that 1,000 years, Ayin lo ra'ata Elohim zulatecha. No eye has ever been
What was the
able
question
to
again? I'm
see it
sorry.
and comprehend it. We don't know what Olam Haba is going to look like.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
So we don't know if it's like Leah's thing or
No,
Rachel.
exactly.
What was the answer?
Can I tell you something? Why Leah is right? Can I tell you why Leah is right? And Rachel, in this case, her vision wasn't chosen to lead Am Yisrael. It was Leah's vision. Because Leah, in Kabbalah, she's called Alma Deit Kassia. She's the hidden world. She's our tefillin, the dalet of the tefillin, and our hair covers it, right? Our hair covers the dalet. It's in the back, it's hidden.
Yeah, nice.
Rachel is our tefillin sheliyad. It's in a revealed state.
Exposed.
Whenever you have something that's exposed, there's always a achiza lakali. There's a achiza to the Yetzer Hara. The Yetzer Hara sees an exposed thing. That's why tzniut is such a big thing in Judaism. When there's an exposed part in a human being, right away the Satan goes to grab it. That's why, what's Ayin Hara? Ayin Hara is basically going to, I did it, I'm this and that. Suddenly you see, boom, he gets a boom. What is it? He caused the exposedness of, he caused the exposed, the Satan. Right. Leah's vision was not to be exposed. Leah's vision was to be hidden. That's what it's ve'einei le'arakot. Leah didn't have eyes. What does it mean she didn't have eyes? Her eyes were very weak. I see. There was no exposed. She wasn't exposed. How did she marry Yaakov? In the tent. Hidden. He didn't know it was her even. It was hidden. He woke up in the morning and boom. He's like, what the heck just happened over here? I went for one woman, I got the other one. You know what I'm saying? That's how him. He was angry at her. Don't forget, Leah felt hated. She felt hated. Oh, you feel hated? 4 kids, one after the other. I give you the Bechor, I give you the Kohen, I give you the Levi, and I give you the Yisrael, and I give you the king. All 4. Why?
Because you hate it.
She was hated. And she used that hatedness to grow. She didn't use it to sulk.
Yeah. She do it to be changed.
And she had Yisachar, and she had Zebulun.
That's a woman.
Leah was, and she was buried with him in Marta Machpelah.
But only of Schut of Rachel we're going to come out.
That's true. Only with Rachel. But we are all the sons of
Yeah.
Leah.
I don't know about you guys.
You want to be Joseph's son? Be in Faddal, as they say. The Tanna Rabbi Chaz ben Yair Omer. One more paragraph, we call it a night. This is the most important paragraph, I think.
Of the whole book.
Tana Rabbi Chaz ben Yair. Who's Rabbi Chaz ben Yair? Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's father-in-law.
The one who saw him with the shower.
Yeah. I saw that smile. That means you're in it right now. Now you felt it. Now you feel it.
You're trying to remember your father's words, like Beit Shammai came to Hillel, so Rachel and Leah.
Beit Shammai, Beit Hillel, you're saying?
So no,
2 different visions.
I'm just saying, yeah, exactly. So we go according to Hillel.
To Hillel.
Beit Shammai is coming,
Next one.
like
Next
your
one.
father said.
There's a deeper meaning to
Okay,
that.
but
Yeah, you get the point.
That's what I was thinking about when you were talking about.
Yeah. What does Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair say? In the end, Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair. Chodochat, you're going to have a son.
Man,
Pinchas or Yair, which one you like?
Pinchas.
let me have the song first.
Is it recommended?
Do me a favor, invite me to the brit.
Yeah.
Is it
Please.
recommended? I know my
It's
son.
exactly the same breed like you did to your son.
Is it recommended I name my son Pinchas because it was Gilgul of Eliyahu, or there's no connection?
Pinchas is a very high-level name.
Because my name is Eliyahu.
Eliyahu. They have a connection to Neshama? Could be, yeah. Listen, the name comes from... What does Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair teach?
Zirut.
Are you listening? You're not listening.
Yes.
Zehirut,
Zrizut.
awareness. Mivi'ah l'edei zrizut, brings a person to zeal.
Zealous.
Zeal is being shustri.
Ushor zealous. No. Ushor
Zrizut, being zealous, shustri. Mivi'ah l'nikiyut, brings a person
Cleanliness.
to, I call this clarity. Not cleanliness, but clarity.
What?
Clarity.
What brings to what?
Zealousness brings a person to clarity.
Like Pinchas with the sword. I mean, whatever.
Clarity, nikiyut, mivi'ah lidei tahara, brings to purity. Purity, mivi'ah lidei prishut, separation, segregation.
Is it the mashlik? What's that?
Masechet Yesharim.
Sefer called?
Masechet Sotah.
No,
Masechet Yesharim also brings this down, yeah.
No, this is another
It's
one.
from a Gemara though. Prishut, segregation, mivi'ah lidei kedusha, brings to kedusha.
So what do you mean
Holiness.
separation?
The best for last.
Separation means your buddies are going right now to eat shishlik.
Peace out.
Peace out. You guys are going right now to have good vibes.
We're going to
Peace
Shul.
out. We're going, no, shiurs, Direi Torah. What the-
Only
I'm talking about
I said we're going to Shul.
Oh, we're going to shiur.
Yeah.
You're going right now. Everyone to the wedding. Oh, well, there's gonna be kuniluch.
We're going to breathe.
We're going. We're porridge. We're porridge. We're porridge. That brings you to kedusha. Kedusha lidei anava.
prophecy.
The humbleness. וענווה גדולה מכולם שמביאה לידי רוח הקודש. ענווה brings you to רוח הקודש. שנאמר רוח השם אלוקים עליי, יען משך השם אותי לבשר ענבים. Isaiah says, I have רוח הקודש to tell the humble.
It goes back.
It goes back
It goes backwards now.
to the humbleness. One more paragraph because this paragraph is strong. ושלחו מטעם, they sent a question from Bavel to Eretz Yisrael. איזה הוא בן עולם הבא?
Who has one?
You want to have Olam Haba? You don't want to have Olam Haba, Avraham. You want to be the son of Olam Haba. Anvatan, you got to be humble. Shefal Berech, learn to be kalacham.
Be what?
Kalacham.
King.
To lower yourself.
Shayaf.
Shayif Ayil, V'shayif Nafik.
Nafik.
When a person is in an argument, learn to
לא מצאתי.
go in peace,
And go.
come out in peace.
אלא השתיקה.
Not in pieces.
Vegares beoraita tadir. You constantly are learning Torah. You're going to the train, you're learning Torah. You're going to work, on the you're learning Torah. Between customers, Torah.
Teaching your customers Torah.
This is my favorite part. Velo mahazik tivuta lenafshe. Whenever you do something good, something like that, you never say it was me.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, that's God. Wow, I say I did it.
But it wasn't me.
I sponsored.
But not just I did it. You personally get to the level where you feel inside of you
It was nothing.
that I didn't do anything. Really. I
It was
didn't
a
do anything.
bystander.
Hashem.
ועתיד הקדוש ברוך הוא להיות עטרה בראש כל צדיק. In the future, God will be a crown on these tzaddikim. These. יכול לכל.
Talmud.
Everyone's going to be like that. Hashem is going to be a crown of them. Talmud lomar לשאר עמו. To the rest of the nation. What do you mean the rest of the nation? למי שמשים עצמו כשיריים. Whoever makes himself like leftovers. To play on words. Sha'ar amo, the rest, to make yourself like leftovers. If you make yourself like leftovers, Hashem will be on you like a crown.
You're good to.
Baruch Hashem, amen.
I love
Baruch
that.
Adonai le'olam.
The first one was
Amen.
the last one.
Let's go.